Alright, we're going to take a nice break from cleaning up the engine bay to do some exciting things. This year I decided to get a new helmet, and I went with this carbon fiber Bell GP3. It's nice and lightweight compared to my own old race Quip. New helmet, new year, new me. And since I can't afford a paint job, I decided to do a sticker livery. I think we got this from 33 Stickers. They had a bunch of different liveries. I went with the Lando Norris theme helmet, but I did it in the orange of my car and some baby blue accents. So let's try to do this. I think I gotta start by peeling off all the other stickers. I don't know what ones I'm supposed to keep. I had a little picture reference, but I think we're just gonna strip this thing down. I don't know, I'm gonna look at the picture and then these are just normal stickers. So the first thing I see is this big one is on this part of the chin. I guess there's only one way to do this, and that's to just kind of do it. One of many. Not as easy as it looks. This is going to take me forever. Oh, hi Penelope. What are you doing there, big girl? That's a Nelly butt, right on camera.
Corgi butts drive me nuts.
We're just blazing through. We're just slapping things places. Zero thought or regard. All just art. Orange bell on the front, blue bell on the back. Chat GPT
that
on
looks
that thing.
Sick.
Pretty dope.
Are you doing offset color side? Looks sick.
Ay.
The color change
Why don't
is
you just
sweet,
put
though.
little dogs on like this?
Oh my god, that'd be hilarious. Imagine if Chris just had baby
A
corgis
little,
everywhere.
Yeah.
a little corgi. I would do a little
One
corgi.
little corgi in the corner.
What color visor are you gonna go with this combo? That's
Probably
the
a
part.
blue of some sort.
Imagine you can find a color changing blue orange.
That'd be
That'd be
crazy.
insane.
Yeah. I got really bored, and I bitch about not having a lot of downforce all the time, so I 3D printed a wing. We're gonna put it on. I hope it works. So you're gonna need to take that side.
Me?
Yeah.
I thought you brought me in here for filming.
Well, I did, but you just gotta hold it, so. All right, that one. So I have hardware in my pocket. Hold on. I think this should work. Okay, immediately does not work. Ready for take two?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually re-3D print things. I just drilled some new holes. Just got a lot of sag to her, but no worries. It's just for mock-up. This gap is terrible. It's supposed to be like 10 mils, but we need to redo some angles of the dangles, but I mean, this is I guess an easy representation of what a dual element wing does. So basically you're just extending the chord length of the element, creating a bigger surface for a better low pressure zone in the bottom. But with a dual element, you reduce drag because some air slips through the middle, which also energizes the very aggressive angles you can run with a dual element wing. If I had cool DRS, it would do things like that, but I don't. So really we want, it's like a 10 mil gap with a 10% overlay. I didn't do that when I was doing CAD apparently. 3D prints held up really well. They're just held together with a carbon rod. It's just a hole through them. So you just shove a carbon rod through to attach them. And then eventually, I will just lay up carbon over this, make a nice envelope hole, and voila, I will have a dual element wing. We're doing it the cheap way. All right, so Rev 2 of the end plates, just a quick little one. The wing's sitting much better now. You can see that there's an actual gap underneath, a little bit of overlay, which is in full DRS mode right now. For this to be legal, because we've added 5 inches for the second element, I do need to do some new uprights. So we got some coming that are gonna be a little bit more straight up and arced. Kind of your typical swan neck style, where these were back as far as I could go for class rules. For now, let's go back to the engine bay. I need to go through and clean up all of this, make sure it's all nice and smooth. I'm not going to be painting this part of it right now. We have most of the inside primed. It's dark matte gray. Came out really good, actually. I might do the whole thing in that. I haven't really decided. The cage is still black, but for now, I want to just get some primer over my crappy welds. So let's get spraying. To do my table of doom. This has been stressing me out. There's a lot of junk here. This all has to go back in the car, probably to come back out again when I want to paint again and then go back in again. That's just kind of how this process works. So the pedal box, 2 brackets for a tank thing that we can talk about later in life, wink wink. This is my diff overflow, coolant overflow, my radium swirl pot tilting, but that with the ABS module. So I'm upgrading to an MK60 E5, fuel filter, fuel regulator, and making some PTFE lines. PTFE lines are nice for E85 because it has a plastic inner, so it doesn't erode the lines. E85 can erode the shitty rubber lines or AN lines over time, so we're gonna put PTFE and it should be good forever. I have this cool billet top hat from Everything Engineering. Sean's gonna come out and do that with me later. We gotta mill this surface down, put an insert in, add an overflow thing. I'm gonna deal with that later, but for now, this can at least go in the car. I have fuel to engine and fuel back from engine, so let's make some PTFE lines. Go up 2 90-degree fittings. We're just gonna come 90s out of here. We're gonna go down the waterfall kick up, and we're gonna do to a bulkhead in the floor, which we can drill for pretty easily. Before I do that, I should probably put the suppression bottle in because those can't live totally in the same spot. This is, I'd probably lose 30 pounds if I didn't have to run this bottle. Right. Fire suppression and safety. But really, everyone should have a fire bottle of some sort in their car. It's unbelievable. Measure once, cut twice. First step of making PTFE hoses is put tape around where you actually want to cut so that it doesn't fray. Make a nice little line, and then cut on that line. If you don't do that, it just kind of goes to crap like that. Then if you do that, it's much cleaner. Nice choppy. Now that you've made your cut, sell this cool tool, I guess, on Amazon. Just makes the PTFE a circle again. Take your fitting, unscrew the end, take this end, put it over the hose. We now need to fray the end. So we use a pick tool and we kind of spread it. Once it's very classily spread, you're going to take your collar and put it in between the stainless steel braid and the plastic hose. And we're going to force it down in until the PTFE is flush with the lip in this stainless steel ring. At the end of your fitting, this side, pop it in. You slide this side and thread. Put it in the jaws of life. Cinch down this end. You don't have to bottom it out, but it does have to get very close. You can leave a little gap in there. This is going to be the first of many. So the last part of this equation is we're going to start by decking this thing flat, and we're about to let the chips fly. So we have to add 2 bulkheads, one for the fuel pump, which is already in there, but we need to add fuel level as well. Just make a flat piece with the end mill, and then we're going to drill the hole. So now all the machining is done. You can see we got 2 nice little recessed pockets here, and the other side is shiny and flat. So why we did that is we have the Delrin inserts. We were pretty close, splitting hairs there. That will allow us to get, the positive and negative for the fuel pumps nice and tight in there. These are just used so that we can pass the power and ground from inside the car to the fuel pumps and hopefully not lose any fuel. It'll look like that, and we can just sandwich an eyelet under each of the nuts. For now, I'm done with what I'm doing. I do need to make 2 drop downs that need to be welded to the side. They're gonna hold the bucket. We're gonna keep this assembly with the fuel pump inside. This is going to act as my surge tank to replace my old surge tank setup that used to be in the trunk. I think because I have half a fuel tank, there's not a lot of slosh from side to side. With the return line also going into the bucket, I don't think I'll have an issue with fuel starvation. So I think we're going to call that a day. For the meantime, I'm going to go on eBay and look for a less rusty lock ring, and we'll just throw this in the fuel tank.